Hello, welcome traders to another live stream. Guys, I am a little late, about 15 minutes late today. It's 7:45 on September 24th, 2024. It's Tuesday. Markets are open. And I don't know if you can see this right here. My daughter spilled her juice and then somehow got it on me, so we had to turn back around, go to the house, change her shirt, and then get her to school because we missed a bus because that's what we were doing. And so, yeah, really eventful morning to say the least. But nonetheless, glad to be here with you guys. We were up about $20 pre-market, and this is actually good for us to talk about, right? So, say you wake up in the morning and you miss out on opening bell. You don't get to your computer or to your phone at 7:30. Okay, maybe typically you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you get up later in the day and you don't have the opportunity to trade at 7:30. Maybe you can't check your phone or get onto a computer till maybe 8, maybe 9. Okay, this is going to be for you guys. Okay, so we're going to be talking about, geez Louise, I just lost my train of thought. Very, very exciting morning today, guys, to say the least. What happened to my screen? Uh-oh. Hold on, technical difficulties here. I think we're having a bit of a technical file. Oh no, here we go. Okay. How to find stocks to trade every morning. So that's going to be our key takeaway today with this is how to find stocks to trade every morning. Now, as you guys have been watching the channel over the last couple of weeks or months, you know that we have been trading a lot of momentum stocks, companies that are on our top gainers list. When the top gainers are available, right? This is pre-market. So these are all the companies that were up during pre-market hours. Some of these companies are up 100%, 136, 59, 44%, as low as even 12%, let's say. Okay, won't go any lower than that. Now that it's during the market open, we're going to go to 1 day, or you could even go to 5 minute. Now, I don't really necessarily like to use 5 minute because they can go up as fast as a lot of these can go back down in a single 5 minute candle. So what we're going to do is go to the daily. Okay. Now let me know if the audio is okay. I noticed my video the other day that I recorded was a little low. So let me know if my audio is okay. So, sorry, got a bit distracted here. Um, So, with that said, we are going to spread our links around. We did not do that this morning either, guys. See, I'm already slack. I'm like, did I do that? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did. While you're letting me know if the audio is good or not for this live stream, I want to say it is. The video just seemed a bit lower for some reason to me. But we're going to go over all of this and we're going to make it real short. Still the 30-minute live stream. It's just going to be a little bit later on, about 15 minutes delayed in our morning. Okay, I hope that's okay. I know we all have other things to do, and I do appreciate you guys tuning in right now nonetheless. So links are spread. Okay, again, things I should be doing before. I'm a one-man show, though. I will be probably until I get to 100,000 subscribers, so subscribe to the channel. We are a very small channel still. About to cross over 6,000 subscribers. Our goal right now is to get to 10,000 subscribers by summer of 2025. So by summer of next year, we'd love to see that 10,000 subscriber mark. And I know you guys can help by simply subscribing to the channel if you find value in what you see, and by tuning in to our live streams every morning at market open. Okay, links are spread, and we're going to talk about it. So how to find great setups every day. So we talked about the top gainers, right? So top gainers is one of the ways that I'm able to kind of, where'd it go? Right here. Right here. Yeah. Top gainers is kind of the way that I use to filter out all noise. When you have companies, two, three, $4,000, or 2 or 3 thousand companies to choose from, it's difficult to figure out which one is the correct one to look at. So with this little spark line, you could see that Celos was actually one of our top ones, right? And as you can see here, it is a penny stock, so I do not like to trade penny stocks. And we're actually going to bring up another piece of information here that is going to showcase exactly what criteria we're looking for on the daily. Okay, let me pull that up real quick. Don't mind me, I have a lot of right here. Okay. So, what we want, man, I'm so happy with the second screen. The second screen helps so much. What we want to see is, okay, don't judge me. Stock criteria, we want to see that the percent gainer is at least 10%, but we want to see it more in the 40 or 50% range. Okay, so we want to see it in the 40 or 50% range, which means it can go up 10% very easily if it's already gone up 40 or 50%. Compared to something going up 10%, it may only go up 1 or 2% more. It could go up to 100%, but you're more likely with the 40 or 50% chance. Buying stocks that are under $10 but above 75 cents, I would say even above $1. Okay, so under $10, above $1. You want to make sure they have news. You want to make sure it has relative volume, right? Because if there's news, it's looking great, it's under 10, but there's no volume, no one's going to be buying or selling, it's not going to push up. And your float needs to be at least 10 million. So looking at TGL yesterday, it was a 70%, it was at 90 cents, it had news, it had 2,900 times relative volume and 800,000 float. So that's just an example of what I look for every single day when looking at this. So CEL was not one, okay? MSS, this could have been one, and this actually could have been a nice double top play. So when you're looking for stocks, 194, okay, we're looking for the high of the day, and we're looking for the low. And you can draw the low if you want, but you can clearly see where that low is. Even at 68 cents right there, okay, you can identify that as a low. So when you open your chart up, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at the top gainers of the day. We're actually looking at the top gainers of pre-market. I like to look at even after hours before I go to bed. So all this starts literally the night before, okay? This all starts the night before. So we're looking at after hours. We're seeing, okay, MSS, LSH, some of these companies are popping up a little bit. They had a nice little pop. Okay, cool, cool, cool. They're going to be on the radar. LBRDK looks pretty good. Okay, cool. NUKK, it was a previous runner from yesterday, so it could be a continuation play. WHLR is on that list as well. Okay, great. So that's after hours. Then you look at pre-market. If you're not trading during pre-market hours already, you'll see this. When you get to your screen, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you'll see pre-market, and it hasn't moved. Your pre-market runners was MSS, SEEL, BNZI, GBNY. Okay. Now, when you look at your, I don't know if I'll be able to click that and that'll disappear. I have another one, it's the same thing, but it's my after hours, right? So then I'll switch this to pre-market, and I'll have this down on below my second screen, and I'll have this one set to now 1 day. Now at the 1 daily, you're looking, okay, SELL was on the after hours and on the pre-market. MSS was on the after hours pre-market. HSCS, you can say some of these companies were. But now looking at it, this company is up, 149%, pulling back. So a nice entry would have been in this little area. MSSS. MSS, that's the one we were talking about next. Okay, it's a little cheap. SEEL was a little cheap, so we're going to move on to the next one. The second top gainer, 123%. Okay, so because that's a top gainer, we're going to be looking at this next. Now, by identifying, after we looked at after hours, pre-market, and now market hours, top gainers, we're looking at the second one on the list. It has a high of 194, a low of 68 cents. It's made its initial push up after hours, pulled back to what looks like a pre-market low of 138. Okay, why guess when you could just zoom in? 138. I'll just do 138 1. 138, okay. So as long as it doesn't break this 138 level, you can assume that this is holding a support at 138, right? So you can assume that this is holding support at this level. Now it is below the VWAP, okay, which is this orange line, which is the volume weighted average price. If it's below this orange VWAP line, that means it is selling for less than the average price. If it's above it, it's selling for more. And what people want, like in anything, they want a good deal, right? So wouldn't you say a good deal would be down here with less than an average? Yes, and that is an area where you can consider buying at 138, 140, and your stop loss can be at say 135. So we're actually going to draw a stop loss. This is the first time we're probably going to do this on record here. We're going to draw an orange stop loss right there. Okay, so let's say you want to stop at 134, 135. Okay, so it's at 138. Say you buy at 140. It drops below 138 and hits 135. You're going to stop out for a 5-cent per share loss because you're going to be buying at 140. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do another example. 140. And I hope you guys are following along. I hope you guys find value in this. We're going to do, can we do a white line? Can we do a blue line? Too closely colored to the other one. Let's do a yellow line. Okay, it's weird as that sounds. The yellow line would be your entry at $1.40. Now, say you buy 100 shares at $1.40. Okay, that's only going to be, where's my price value at? Why is this so low on here? Weird. Really weird. Why? Market. Doesn't that look a little bit low to you guys today? Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. Hmm. Yeah, that's really, really low, isn't it? Why it got so low? Oh. Anyways, so by identifying where you want to buy, there we go. Buying at 140, stop loss at 135, that's 5 cents to potentially for it to go up to previous resistance. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to touch 194. As you can see here, only got up to 189, so that is a new resistance there. You could draw that if you want. But the point is to buy as low as you can in these support range areas without it continuing to sell off and then selling at an opportunity at resistance. Now, this resistance level was a perfect example of where this company could have went up and then touched and came back down. This is a double top. Now, this could also have been a cup and handle where you see here, it looks like a cup, pulls back a little bit and then continues to ride up. But right now, it looks like it was a double top and it got rejected at that barrier. I love trading these double tops. They're very easy to see. The hard part is finding a good entry, right? Finding that support during pre-market, because this could have continued to sell off and then spiked real hard. It could have flatlined, and then we could have had a flat top breakout potentially. Okay, and even as I'm talking now, I went from positive, $20 to negative 15. So, that's okay because some of the trades that I'm making today are more of like a swing trade. Anyways, okay, so now this can do two things. MSS, if it has good news, we can see this pop here at that 138, 140 level again, and then pop back up maybe one more time. But that's going to be your play this morning. So if you weren't able to get in at these lows and you woke up and now you're seeing this, well, you have your trade plan set. You've identified the lows of the pre-market. It hasn't quite made the lows for market open yet. So we can say that, hey, 138 is actually pretty strong support. Now, if this touches 138, 140, I may consider getting in if it starts showing signs of consolidation down at this level. Okay, it could also be a real quick bounce too. It can touch 135, 140, and then shoot right back up. And it can continue to sell off for the rest of the day. That's why it's important to have your stop loss set. Now, if this can move up one more time from 140 to 189, let's just say 190 for time's sake and to make it simple, that is a 50-cent move. 50 cents per share. If you have 100 shares, then that would be $50. Okay? If you can make a $1 move with 100 shares, that would be $100. So MSS would have potentially been the one that we wanted to play today. Now, it is 8 o'clock now, so coming into the morning, you're like, man, I missed out on market open. I missed out on all these awesome potential. And what do I do now? This looks like it's continuing to rise. You know, what if I buy in and it goes down, which I've done? Um, you know, you mark your lines. Start there. Start by looking at what your top gainers are currently on the day, okay? Then see which ones make sense to you. Does this make sense to you to buy at 52 and sell at 55 for 3 cents? Thank you. Appreciate it. Ooh. My beautiful wife brought me some coffee. Nice hot coffee, French vanilla. This was a cup that I had when we went to Chicago. Very cool. Took the train, went all the way from where I live to Chicago. And that was actually like the end. Like that was the drop off. Can't go any further than Chicago. You can go up, you can go down, but that was like the end point. Anyways, getting sidetracked. Oh my god, that's hot. And so delicious. All right. So this would not be a good opportunity cost here. 3 cents would not be good. MSS, okay, now there's some opportunity cost here. That's what we're talking about. Maybe 50 cents, 40 cents. BNZI, there is opportunity here. 75-cent push. If I was getting on the computer right now and I see this pushing up the way it is, I would potentially get in, right? It's went up to 7.99. It pulled back, touched this 9-day moving average very nicely. Almost went down to the 20-day, not quite. And then it is above the VWAP right now. Had a huge sell-off, okay? Some good volume. Now it is starting to come on the back 9 of that MACD, starting to curl over a little bit here using this 5-minute candle. And guys, look, I'm not complicating it either, right? I'm not complicating it. I don't have a ton of screens up anymore. I don't necessarily need all this information. Let me see, symbol BNCI. Like, it's good to have, right? I'm not going to knock it. It is good to have all this extra information, have the 30-minute, have the 5-minute, have the 1-minute. But if you're not necessarily scalping or micro scalping, which means you're getting in and out of positions within just a couple of minutes or even a couple of seconds, then you don't necessarily would need all 3 charts, right? If you can easily scroll through your charts and see, hey, this is at an all-time high, I probably wouldn't necessarily want to trade this one. But it could potentially have a nice breakout if there's good news, and that's what we're going to talk about now. Now, news is important. An hour ago, it says that Bazaya announces 24.8 million debt payoff and restructuring agreement with participation with company insiders. Now, news is one of those things that you need when investing or wanting to trade. With news comes volume. With volume comes movement. And when there's movement and volatility in a company or a stock, then that is where you can make a lot of money. Okay, MSS, what news was MSS? Yesterday, revenue. It looks like they just released their earnings basically yesterday. So it's a continuation from yesterday, right? Now, it's selling off. I want to return back to this one, right? Because I want to see exactly, go back to the screen here. I want to see exactly what this does. Does it bounce off of this level? So we're going to hang out for the next couple of minutes here just to see what happens. Still going to be about a 30-minute live stream. So about another 10 minutes or so. We're going to pack a lot of information in very, very quickly, okay? I'm going to show you guys this one more time, okay? Stocks, right? They need to be at least 40 or 50% in change, right, from yesterday. And let me show you that. Let me show you that real quick. Okay, so right here, I wouldn't necessarily look at any of these. Like I could look at them, but I don't necessarily. They're not really that important to me, right? Like this, they're up. They are up. But would you invest in a company that's up 20 or 18%, or would you rather invest in a company that's at 40% that could potentially go up to 100% or 140%, right? So we're looking at anything above 40% on the top gainer list. That's the first thing we're doing when we get onto the computer. The second thing is what in that list is tradable for me and my criteria. So I need it to be under $10. There's companies here that are $76, $75. Um, there's $25, right? There's some that are even below a dollar. Okay, I don't want to invest in anything under a dollar. And some of these start out at 50 cents and go up to a dollar, $2, $10, $12, like we seen last week. Willer went from, I think, what was it, $2 to $23, and then went down to 10 and then back up to 18, 21. Wheeler is WHLR. I don't know why we like to try to sound out acronyms. Like this would be SEAL, SEEL. Anyways, so we are looking for companies for me, under $10, but above a dollar. This says 75 cents. 75 cents is a nice threshold. If you see it kind of hitting 75 a dollar, 75 a dollar, that could be a potential breakout. And when it breaks out a dollar, man, it can go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, $20. So some of these have some amazing catalyst. Now, news is the next one. So I found my top gainers I want to trade. I found the 2 or 3 or 4 companies that I'm interested in trading because they fit criteria number 2. And then number 3 is news. Do they have news? I've traded a couple of these companies in the past and they don't have any news. There'll be nothing on the radar. Let's see if we can find one here. HSCS price target to $15. Okay, price target to $15. So this is interesting. HSCS. Now it could be bogus news, fake news. People could just say that there's a price target. Doesn't mean it has to hit it. Could be a price target from like 10 years from now, price target. But there is a high of $6.74. Looks like it's sold off until market open. So from now, walking in, okay, potentially there is opportunity here to make some money from $4.30 up to maybe $6 again, maybe $6 even here, or even as high as $5 and say like $5 like 44 cents. Okay, now the lows are scary. We got some scary lows at 273, but pre-market lows look right about here, about 395, about $4. Okay, so $4 is that support. I'd be more comfortable buying around this $4 support, even though it can sell off more, right? I can cut my losses and get out, than me being more comfortable buying up here. I'd be more comfortable buying at support than up here at resistance. So I'd rather buy the support for opportunity to have a nice push up and, of course, the potential for it to sell off, than to buy at resistance, hoping for a breakout, and then it doesn't happen and it sells off. And then you're stuck with that decision. Do I cut my losses at a position I should have never even took at the first place? Maybe, right? Unless you're trying to do a breakout. I trade breakouts all the time. Sometimes they work. Breakout at 5, go up to $7, $10, $8, $20 even sometimes. Or, it's all about risk management. I can manage my risk here at support the same as resistance, but it's more of a psychological thing, right? Because at support, if it dips maybe 1 or 2 points down, okay, I could probably deal with that. Maybe even buy a few more, or just hold on to it knowing, hey, this might bounce. It doesn't, okay, sell it. Whereas this one, it goes up. Now you're like, okay, I'm going to average down. It's going to bounce on this next one. Nope. Okay, I'm going to average down again. Okay, maybe I should just get out now. And you're selling where you should have been buying in the first place. Now you can't even average down because of most of your position here, or you're out of day trades. So very important to understand where your levels are. So let's look at MSS. Hey, it looks like it's trying to bounce off of 146. Hey, that's great. Doesn't have to go all the way down to 138. Now it can. Looks like it is continuing to sell off, which is good. That looked like a bit of a bull trap, and those do happen a lot too. I have actually succumb to these quite often. Whereas I see a nice green candle pushing up and then it sells off. Then I see a green candle pushing up and then it sells off. And I'm like, what the heck? Another nice big green candle, it's gonna push up and it sells off. And I'm like, okay, this is the one. This is the green candle, it's gonna bounce and it sells off. Those are bull traps. Okay, and that's not what you want to be a part of. You want clear sign of direction. RSI, oversold, starting to curl up. MACD, at its peak as far as its depth level, right at the peak depth, and now it's trying to curl over and go up. And these are just the stock criteria for me and my top gainers list. This is something that we do for, basically companies under $10. Now you could trade companies that are above $10, which I have a few positions of, and we can go over in just a moment. The next is relative volume. You could have news, you could have the right price, you could have the right top gainer, but if the volume falls out, then you're not going to have any volume. So two ways to check volume here. You can check the active area where it talks about volume. Top volume, 186 million volume, as you can see here on this SEEL. 64 million volume on TRNR and 62 million volume on MLGO. Now there is 56 million volume on MSS. Okay, great. So there's volume on MSS. I like that. But what is their actual turnover? Okay, this is 324% turnover. SEL's 2600. MSS has a 60% range. CEL has a 100% range. So now that I know that those are the top volume, they're up there, they're still being looked at by other people. Now we're looking at the float. Okay, there's a lot of volume, but sometimes because there's a lot of volume does not necessarily mean it's going to move. You can have 2 million in volume and have a 20 million float, and that thing might move 2 or 3 cents. Whereas this one, MSS, has 717 cent float, or it's not cent, 717,000 free float, okay? But their volume today is 57 million. So that means these 700,000 shares that were tradable have actually touched over 57 million times of trading volume, which gives you that relative percent turnover of 327%. So it turned over 700,000 shares 300 times. Okay, 300 times. That's insane. That's insane to me. What the heck? Oh, I had these the whole time. Oh, that's weird. That's my active. Here's my news. Huh. Interesting. Where'd my screen go? Okay, so now it's starting to get to those levels of possible potential what do you call it? Pokey called me Johnny Enchilada. Hey, I've heard worse. I've heard worse. I like it. Enchilada, insanitis, insinus. Pokey, huh? What's Pokey? Okie dokie? Okey pokey? Sorry. You did it to me, I had to do it to you. So, anyways. So moving on. Float. So the float was very nice as well. And that's exactly what we want to look at every single day to see these big moves. We also, of course, have our order book, level 2 market data. That also helps us give us an idea of who's buying what. There's 24,000 shares that are going to be sold at 156. So 156 is like an area where someone is just like, hey, I need to get out. I'm going to get out at the best price at that, right below that EMA 9, that 9 EMA. And look, there's a lot more sellers on the board than there are buyers at the moment. So, this may have been a run that has been exhausted. And that happens too if you get on a little too late. Some of these runs will be exhausted. So there we go. There's that breakout. It got suspended, right? So look at this. There's two breakouts actually. There was a breakout above the moving average. And then once it hit 748, it broke above that, right? It came down, pushed up, broke above slightly, hit resistance, came back down, pushed up, and now this candle here broke that resistance of 745 and $8 and is now pushing up even higher. So that would have been a nice breakout trade to make. Now at this point, the buyers are going to be exhausted and the sellers are going to start to step in, or not, or not. 957, 956, MSS. That one may bounce to BNZI. This is the one that said I had a $15. Now it just has money to pay off their debt, basically. 973. Now this is very risky, right? That was a nice bounce up. Doki's porkering with us. Yeah. Yeah, he's a new member. Probably from Reddit, I would imagine. Most people that talk crap on YouTube comments are from Reddit. And I remember yesterday in the Discord, who was it? Grit Trader, True Grit Trader. He said he put my video into a Reddit. I'm like, oh man, don't do that, man. I'm gonna get roasted now every day, which is cool. I don't mind getting roasted. Roast me, I'll roast back. No hard feelings. So this pushed up to $10 and it got suspended again, BNZI. So this would have been a nice play. Now, sitting down at your computer at 8 o'clock, going over all of our criterias again. Over 40 or 50%? Yes. Was it under $10 but above $1? Yes. Was there news? Yes. Was there relative volume? Oh yeah. And was the float very low? Yes. These were all key criterias to see this push up. Now, if we can identify these every day, whether it's pre-market, whether it's at market open, right at the bell, or whether it's now 30 minutes to an hour after the bell opens, or even into the afternoon, or into power hour, or into after hours, this strategy works. It works. And it'll work time and time again for you guys if you use it correctly. And if you follow those steps all the way down. Now, they do have an after hour. So when the market closes at 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. my time, I can come in here and see what is moving after hours, because sometimes you'll get those nice after hour plays where company can push up, 40, 50%, 100% after hours, sell off during pre-market, or even push up higher. And that is a great thing. MSSS still isn't able to push up, so this would not be a company I would necessarily want to invest in. It had a couple of green here. If it can get past this 155, maybe 160, then I would consider potentially getting in to that 189, 190, 30 cents a share. Hey, that'd be nice, right? 30 cents a share. So real quick, we just went over our 30-minute time. XPEV, we are invested in XPEV right now. We did buy it yesterday, right down in this area here. Notice that it was pulling back a little bit. Hit this resistance at about 986 and then broke out of it pre-market. So very nice. Only regret is I didn't buy more. Up 7% on this position. Again, like I said, had 100 shares of this, we'd be up, 130 bucks instead of $13. JDST, it had a nice reversal here this morning. Now it's still on a bigger level. Looking at XPEV 2 on a bigger level, it has opportunity to go up a little bit higher. Don't know if it will, but it is possible. And right now with you guys on the live, we did sell 10. I had 20 actually. That's what it was. I had 20. I sold 10 up in this area right here when I could have sold a little bit higher. Sold 10 and I have 10. I may average down, may buy more. Not too sure yet. JDST on the 4 hour looks great. Looks like it has amazing opportunity to go up. Now, JDST is the bear for the gold market. So if, gold sells off, JDST will do really well. And if gold continues to do good and continue to rise, then JDST will continue to fall. Now, I did buy in this little support area range. It did get up earlier, but it can't seem to break this resistance here of 26.57 just yet. So we're going to wait to see if this potentially has a breakout. Don't mind holding it a little longer, but don't want to hold this too long as it does have a somewhat of a decay effect. We do want to be very careful with that. GSIW, guys, biggest loser right now so far. We are holding this as one of our to the moon companies, we'll say. Don't know if it will get there. Couple hundred shares, couple $100, down a few dollars, nothing crazy. But this has the potential to go back up to those $10 levels, $7 levels, and even guys, look at this. Even if it goes to 186, make 57 bucks. Even if it goes to $3 even, make $289. And if it was able to get up to that $10 mark, the 1,800 bucks in profit. Okay, so this is kind of one of my, not really a Hail Mary, but a company that I am kind of averaging down. It has gone to 119. I have 157. I may consider buying another 100 shares. That's what, 119 bucks. That'd bring my average down. So I may consider that. Have some money to mess around with today as far as that goes. Nvidia pushed up to 117. Not able to break 117. That seems like a very low resistance level for Nvidia, but hey, that's okay. Considering that they are in that lower area, they can come down to 89, 90 bucks, 100 bucks. That'd be really nice. That would mean the whole market comes down. But right now it seems to be holding this 112 support, but can't break through 117 or 119. So we will be holding on to that. Eventually see highs of 130, resulting in about a 12% profit. TQQQ selling off slightly here, still holding that support at $69. Have a few shares at about what's that, like 70 bucks. So maybe buy a few more as this could potentially go up. It is in those, overbought levels though. See this here? It's had a very nice run going up, and now it went down. It has a very nice running up, and it could potentially come down now. So we're just going to keep buying into it. Mara also pushed up very nicely, pulling back a little bit today, but overall following this trend line up, touching that resistance level perfectly on the day, like just perfect. Like these support and resistance levels are an amazing tool to use. Amazing. You can't deny that these support and resistance levels don't work, because they do. Time and time again, they have helped me from losing a lot of money and to making a lot of money too. So Coca-Cola, same thing. I'm starting to buy a few shares down in this level, about $70 or so. We could push up a little bit. We can see some nice highs of 73 bucks. Nice little pullback though, as the market seems to be selling off just a little bit today, and that's fine. That's normal. We want volatility, guys. We want volatility. Today's realized only about 6 bucks. Unrealized about 28. XPEV going to be holding in this position for a little while. Nvidia, huge sell-off with Nvidia. Holy crap, holy. Let's see if this bounces off of support, or will this officially be our break below new lows here? And Mara selling off as well. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. I should have took some profits off the table right there at that 1655 mark. Got a little carried away talking. This is what I'm passionate about. I love educating you guys and showing you ways that you can make more money as well in the stock market. We're gonna have good days, bad days, or we're gonna have red days and green days, but it's always a good day. There's no such thing as bad days. Even on your bad days, or what you would call a bad day, is an opportunity to learn from your mistakes, and that is the best time to learn. You ever notice that you can remember, like, you can remember bad things or bad events sometimes better than good events, or things that happened that weren't bad? It's weird. Like, we remember negative things more. It sticks with us more. It resonates with us more, and so we can learn from those mistakes more. The more mistakes you make, the quicker, faster, and earlier in your trading journey, then the less money you're going to actually lose over time. If you're making these mistakes when you're trading $100,000, you're going to be losing a lot of money. But if you're making these mistakes and learning when you're trading a couple $100, a couple $1,000, then that is going to set you up for a better opportunity in the future. K1CVM said, hey man, could I pay you for your mentorship? I have some questions. I've been learning a lot about trading, just need some assistance. I don't charge. I don't charge for anything. There is no mentorship program. We have a Discord link with like-minded individuals. Some make thousands of dollars a day, some make hundreds, and some are just learning. So check out the Discord. Second link in the description below. It's a 100% free. It's a free Discord that you can join and see stuff just like this. We have a lot of useful tools too, patterns, charts, and other information. We even have some chat rooms where you can go into and talk about your profits, your losses, and some off-topic chats as well. Like always, you can take this chat that we're having right now on the live stream over to the Discord. Second link in the description below, and we can talk more there. Ask me questions. You can DM me. I do have private conversations with many of our members. I do like to stay connected with all of you and help with your journey. So appreciate your time today, guys. A little bit of a late live stream. I appreciate all your support. Everyone who's watching. Looks like we got some double digits on the viewership this morning, which is awesome. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this. If you want to take a quick, if you want to pause the video and take a quick screenshot of this, you can. I can even blow it up a little bit for you if it's a little easier right here. But this is our stock criteria that we look at every single morning that has not failed. I have watched hundreds of YouTubers. I have traded this hundreds of times, and 80% of the time, 70% of the time, I'll say 70, okay, 70% of the time, this will make you money. And the other 30%, cut your losses, manage your risk, and get out. Run your runners, cut your losses early, and that is how you are going to be successful if you want to learn how to day trade. Now, I do have other videos on dividend investing as well as long-term investing, swing trading, learning how to capture dividends through monthly paying stocks, etc. on my YouTube channel. So if we go over here, view my channel real quick. Doesn't necessarily look like this to you. Maybe it does, but we have almost 800 videos now. It's crazy. Every month, it's a new number. Like the other day, I was just saying 600 videos and then 700 videos. Now we're almost to 800 videos, almost 6,000 subscribers. And guys, my goal is simple. If you want to learn what that is, you got to go over here, subscribe, click the little more button, and read that. Also, we have other videos here. I'm trying to throw out some vlog videos as well as keeping up with my morning live trading sessions every single morning. As you can see here, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And our Learn to Earn lesson library, which shows you how to, open a brokerage account like WeBull that I use, how to set it up, how to use time frames effectively. What is Japanese candlesticks? What is an EMA line? What is the MACD? How to use effective watch list and alerts, how to manage risk, what is the day trading checklist, and having an effective trading plan. It's, I think, 10 or 12 videos, really quick, easy to watch. You could watch them all in a single night to get you ready for the next day on exactly how you can start making money in the stock market. Also have popular videos here on REITs, like I said, monthly dividends and stuff like that. I have been doing this for a very long time, guys. Almost 8 years. I want to say 8 to 10 years investing, 6 years actually on YouTube documenting it, maybe a little closer to 8. But yeah, full story inside. Check out some of my older videos. I have videos that go back, let's see, as far as 7 years ago, guys. Look at this. Robinhood Challenge, week 1. I started with $28. I think I actually started with $5 and grew this to over, I think it was like $5,000 or something like that. So very cool. Definitely check it out. Appreciate your guys' time, and we will see you all in tomorrow's live stream. Make sure you smash that like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. And like I said, we will see you all in tomorrow's live stream, same time. We're going to be going a little bit earlier, maybe go 10 minutes before pre-market, and we're going to show you exactly what I look for during pre-market before the opening bell. So if you're interested in that, definitely don't want to miss out on that video tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Like always, remember, let's end the year on a green note, and talk to you all later.